I'm Danica Lorer, and this is Lit Happens, your celebration of the literary arts here in Saskatchewan. Today, I'm very pleased to welcome John Perret. Now, John is a photographer and an art teacher. He's contributed to books including Bill Wazer's A World We Have Lost that just won a big Canadian award. His book on prairie landscapes is called Saskatchewan in Sight. He's had photographs viewed around the world. Today, we get a look at his new book, Love This Saskatchewan. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, John, this is your second book. When you started out as an artist and an art teacher, was it a goal to put together a book?
I think when you take photographs, it's kind of an underlying idea that you might be able to put a book together at some point in time. And I was very lucky the first time Fitzhenry and Whiteside took my book and published it, so I was very lucky that time. This time we decided we would self-publish the book, so through our company, Lightline Photography, we published it. And I think because of the timeline, there wasn't enough time to invite a publisher in to view it and get us going on it. So it was originally conceived because of the 150. I sat down maybe in October last year and decided, well, gee, I should really do something for the 150th. That'd be great. Because our last book, the last publication was 2004, so it's been a while. It's been quite a while. So I started it in November and sat down at the computer for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day to get this thing together. There's 14 people that I asked to write a foreword for each section. And I started contacting them in December. So I gave them till February to put all this together before it went to printing. So the timeline was very short, but I'm glad I did it. I had excellent people working with me. Can I read some of the people involved with it?
Sure.
They're very notable people. Trevor Harriott from Regina, Arthur Slade, Brad Johnner, Bill Wazer, Connie Calder, Brenda Baker, Monique Martin, Jan Martel, Ken Mitchell, Glenn Sorstad, Lloyd Ratzlaff, Dorothy Knowles, Madeline Dallum, and Marie Campbell. Artists, musicians, writers, all contributed to this book. So my first book was, I wrote everything. This book, other people contributed with their ideas, and I think it's a much better book because of that. It has much more variety, and you get some insight into how people feel about Saskatchewan, different insights. So I'm very happy I worked with them, and they were very giving in terms of, what they accomplished in a very short time. So.
Now, when I looked at that, I wondered if the quotes were inspired by certain photos, or did they give you a quote about something or a story about something in Saskatchewan, and then you chose a photograph to go with it?
That's a good question, because in the process, I sat down and I listed things that we might talk over coffee, talk about Saskatchewan, like weather and skies and things like that. I picked 14 of them, and Then I started choosing photographs to go with these 14 subjects. So when I had those chosen, I sent out an invitation to them, and I asked them not to write about the photographs. I asked them to write about an experience that the photographs invoke. So something from their past or something where they've experienced, they feel about Saskatchewan. So that's basically what they did. So they were very good at pinpointing exactly what I asked them to do. So it's little stories, little experiences, little eureka moments that they had, driving over hill and seeing that wide expanse of the prairies and just giving them the shivers. So.
And did you send each person a specific theme, or did you give people a little bit of a choice?
I gave the first people, I only contacted about 5 people at a time at the beginning, because I didn't want the themes to overlap. I didn't want to say somebody that, well, skies is gone, but they wanted skies. So I kind of whittled away at it and picked my people according to what I think they might like to write. And the funny thing is, until I presented them with the book after it was printed, they'd never seen the other sections. They had no communication with the other people. They had an idea who was writing it, but they had no idea what they were writing or what photographs were included in their section. So it was kind of a surprise.
And did you find that people who were born and raised in Saskatchewan had a different way of looking at the landscape than people who came from farther away?
Yeah, most of these people are kind of Saskatchewan homegrown and have been in Saskatchewan long enough to call it home. I don't really have anybody that isn't familiar with Saskatchewan. So yeah, it's kind of home for them. So they know what I was talking about. They knew the photographs and they knew the experience of the photographs. Yeah, I've seen that before. For example, Dorothy Knowles is a painter, and she has painted along so many roads and sloughs that she probably can't count them. But that was perfect for her because that's where she painted. That's where she first got her introduction. I don't think she even had a driver's license when she was out there painting, along the roadways and back roads of Saskatchewan. So,
now, do you have a favorite photograph in the book?
I don't have a favorite. They're all my favorites. We tried to pick photographs that really covered the theme, and everything that I put in there was, I think, the best photograph that I could possibly produce. So I'm happy with all of them. Okay, favorite photograph? I'm going to say the Northern Lights, because everybody talks about the Northern Lights and the skies and how it affects them. And that photograph was the hardest one to get into print color. So I think that would be my favorite as well as my toughest.
Well, and that's something that if you don't live in our part of the world, you may never see. So it's also something that's quite special to our experience.
Yeah, and I think even people in Saskatchewan haven't seen a lot of these because I go at very early morning. If it's sunrises at 4:30, I'll be out at 4 o'clock. Northern Lights happen between 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. Most people don't go out and watch them. There are some that do, but so these photographs should be, as you go through it, things that you haven't seen or haven't stopped to look at before.
And did it take, how many years worth of photographs is in this collection?
I'm going to say some of these are probably date back maybe 6 or 7 years. And then some of them are very recent. Some of them take as recently as this year. So I did have to change a few around because as the authors came in, they pinpointed something special in their lives. And I thought, well, I got a photograph that would start that out quite nicely. Who am I thinking of here? Brenda Baker wrote lyrics for a song about a crimson sky. Well, gee, have I got a crimson sky? Yes, I'm going to take that and put it in there. So I did change a few photographs to go with the words and the writings.
Well, John, it really is a beautiful book. The photographs are stunning. I've seen most of these places. I feel really lucky to have spent my whole life in Saskatchewan as well, and to have seen these types of things while driving on the road. I'm one of the people who actually stops and looks.
Okay.
So I'm really grateful that we have this, because so many people. It looks like a great gift.
I think it would be, yes. It covers Saskatchewan all the way from Athabasca down to the Grasslands Park. So.
Well, and where can people find the book?
They can find it at McNally's, Chapters, Coles, and Indigo, both in Regina and Saskatoon. And they can get a hold of us on our website, lightlinephoto.com. And I have a Facebook page, Love This Saskatchewan Facebook page. So they can contact us either way. So.
Well, I love it. Love the Saskatchewan.
Thank
I
you.
love
It's a
Saskatchewan.
call to action. Love the Saskatchewan. Yes.
Thank you so much, John. That's all the time we have for today. I'm Danica Lorer, and this has been Lit Happens. You can find past episodes by going to Shaw TV Saskatoon on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook or go to danicalorer@gmail.com to send me an email. Thank you for watching.